Alright, this is done, and this is the way that it's going to look. Notice I didn't double encase these. When you apply them to the shirt, they will already be encased, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to make any extra work for yourself if it's not necessary. Yeah, there's two ways to do this. This is an older shirt. I haven't applied the contrast fabric like this in quite a while, so it's an older one that I've done. This is the contrast. You pick a nice color that goes with it, and then you apply it to the outside so that it makes a statement. There's that one, and I'm going to show you how to do that first, although I'm not going to do that with this one. And then this is the other one. This is the way that I am going to do it, and I'll show you how to do that as well. What you wind up doing is you wind up putting it on the inside instead of the outside. So first things first, I'll show you how to do the contrast in case that's the way you want to do it. Now, you take your shirt and it's inside out with the wrong fabric facing up, and you take the wrong side of your collar piece, we'll call it, and just place it right here. You want the bottoms to line up, and this, even for people like myself who hate pinning, it's always a good idea to pin this portion because it's very cumbersome with, the whole piece and lining up your seams up here. So you're going to pin all the way up here around the corner. Now, notice this. When you stitched on the sleeve, the direction of your seam here. Now, you want to take that into consideration, that you make it lay the same way. So for me, I always like to put the seam facing the back of the shirt. No particular reason, it's just my preference. But whatever you do, make sure that when you stitch it to the sleeve, it's facing the same direction as when you stitch this piece to it. So lay it down. You're going to want to pin all the way up around here. Lay your seam down the correct way on both this piece and the shirt piece, however way you want it, and pin that. Pin it right across the stitch here, making this stitch match the stitch on the shirt. Just put your pin long ways across there so everything matches, and when it's sewn it comes out the two seams meeting. And you do the same thing on this side. Pin all the way down here, and once it's all pinned and it's placed on there nice, you're going to want to come and clip. Just make a few little snips. I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. Just a little bit, not much, because you're still going to use a 1/4 inch seam here, and you don't want it to go on the other side of the seam and cause fraying. Just a little bit around these turns here, right up here, around here, here, and here. That way, once you're done stitching it, you can flip it around. And I'm going to put some pins in here. And this is not the way I'm going to do this shirt. I'm just showing you so you can do it if you choose. I do need to pin it for you so you can see where I'm going with this. It doesn't move and get confusing. Okay. Now, once you've got it all stitched right here, all the way around, you're going to fold this back like this. And you're going to make your nice seam there. Now, you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit here. For you who are making the contrast, this is going to be a different color. And this is going to be your shirt. Now you flipped it around. So what you're looking at is you just flip this piece around. And you're going to iron it down like this. And you're going to come around the edges and flip it under a 1/4 inch. And you may need to make some of those little clips on this side of the collar, and flip it under a 1/4 inch, iron it, and this is important too, just as a side note. Not to be too perfect up here because everything's going to line up and match up. But when you get down here, you're going to want these two to be the same length across as those two, so that when the shirt is snapped or buttoned, it doesn't look like this. So when you're flipping it under, you want to take a measurement of this and then duplicate it over here. And just work the rest of it around and stitch it. I just stitched it all the way around there, and that'll complete the portion for the contrast. So, now, for those of you who are not doing a contrast, let me show you how we're going to work this. I'm going to get my pins out and we'll return in a second.